Subtle results, still you, but with fewer lines. Botox Cosmetic, out of botulinum toxin A, is a prescription medicine used to temporarily make moderate to severe frown lines, crow's feet, and forehead lines look better in adults.
Effects of Botox Cosmetic may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness may be a sign of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Don't receive Botox Cosmetic if you have a skin infection. Side effects may include allergic reactions, injection site pain, headache, eyebrow and eyelid drooping, and eyelid swelling. Allergic reactions can include rash, welts, asthma symptoms, and dizziness. Tell your doctor about medical history, muscle or nerve conditions including ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease, myasthenia gravis, or Lambert-Eaton syndrome, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects. For full safety information, visit BotoxCosmetic.com or call 877-351-0300.
See for yourself at BotoxCosmetic.com.
The following is a Red Apple Podcast Network presentation.
They say this is a big rich town. I just come from the poet's part. Bright light, city life, I gotta make it.
Welcome to Dominic Carter's podcast. This is Dominic Carter City Hall. Now, here's Dominic Carter.
Dominic Carter, Red Apple Podcast, Talk Radio 77 WABC. You can listen to me Monday through Friday at nighttime, midnight to 1 a.m., midnight to 1 a.m. Please join me. You'll like the show. I'm coming to you from Wichita, Kansas, where I was the keynote speaker for a child advocacy center. In this episode, the midterms are gone, and a question as it relates to me. Who invented the lightning round of questions during political debates, where candidates can only answer yes or no? My WABC colleague and former candidate for mayor himself, Anthony Weiner, brings up a good point, that maybe I'm the one that started doing lightning rounds first, going back to at least 2005, but that is coming up. So the midterms are officially behind us, which of course are held during the second year of any president's 4-year period in office. Now the focus immediately pivots to the race for president, and there are already signs of tension between the leading Republican potential candidates, former President Donald Trump and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. It has become increasingly difficult for the two to avoid each other. Let's face it, Trump and DeSantis are on a collision course. Each command attention, and the long simmering rivalry is spilling over into full public view. At a rally in Pennsylvania, Trump took a direct swipe at DeSantis, giving him a new nickname while declaring himself the front runner in a hypothetical GOP primary. Trump's new nickname for the Florida governor, quote, Ron DeSanctimonious. Listen for yourself.
Today, I have the highest poll numbers I've ever had, perhaps partly because the Democrats are doing so badly running our country and people want our tremendous success of no inflation, energy independence, military victory. Remember, I defeated ISIS 100%. Remember? Al-Baghdadi and so many other things, including crime. We had it way down. But we have the best poll numbers. Where are they? Are they putting them up on the screen? I think so. Put them up. Look. Yeah, we're putting them up. We're winning big, big, big in the Republican Party for the nomination like nobody's ever seen before. Let's see. There it is. Trump at 71. Ron DeSanctimonious at 10%. Mike Pence at 7. Oh, Mike's doing better than I thought. Liz Cheney, there's no way she's at 4%. There's no way. There's no way. But we're at 71 to 10 to 7 to 4. Ted Cruz is doing a good job, by the way. He didn't like me for a while, but we got to be friends, right?
So let the games begin in the presidential race. Now to a lighter topic. We have all seen the debates where candidates can only answer yes or no. It's a wonderful method of tripping up the most seasoned politician that, let's face it, eats up all the answer time allotted, practically stating nothing of value. My colleague Anthony Weiner, and a former candidate for mayor himself, reached out to me and asked if I started the lightning round. Well, it sure sounds like I did, going back to at least 2005 in a debate for New York City mayor, almost 20 years ago. Who knew? Here is the version Anthony Weiner is telling from his own radio show.
Shopping is hard.
I can never find anything in my size.
I don't even know my size.
I buy my clothes the same place I buy my groceries.
There's a better way. Make it easy with Stitch Fix. Just share your size, style, budget, and done. Your personal stylist sends pieces picked just for you.
That was easy.
Stitch Fix. Online personal styling for everyone. Free shipping and returns. No subscription required. Get started today at stitchfix.com.
So let me tell you the story. It is now a common fixture in debates for, as the last segment, or sometimes they do it a little bit before, they do something called the lightning round, where they ask people a series of questions. We're now very familiar with it. But what you might not realize is where that was first done. And it was August 16, 2005. And it was a Democratic debate for mayor of the city of New York, 2005. Now, the incumbent mayor was Mike Bloomberg. He was elected, if you recall, in 2001. He had served for about 4 years. He was up for re-election. And there was a Democratic primary to defeat him for re-election. And I am going to play you now the host of that debate, the MC, whatever you call him, the person that was the moderator of that debate. And this person is going to, for the first time, tell the candidates that they were going to get a lightning round questions and how that was going to go. And if you listen carefully, you hear one of the candidates say, oh, this should be interesting. And you can hear a little bit of a tittering of the audience. But let's see how good you are and see if you can recognize this voice.
Well, we're going to try and make this as interesting as possible. I can promise you that much. Where I will ask questions that can only be answered, even for politicians, with the words yes or no. The four of you will be required to answer the question. And the first one goes to Mr. Ferrer. We'll just go down the table until we get to the second question. Is Michael Bloomberg a better mayor than Rudy Giuliani?
Oh, yeah.
Favoritism in this situation that has created a lack of confidence.
Okay, we left the good part out about that. Anyway, so, okay, the first voice that you heard, do you recognize that voice? That was Dominic Carter, our very own Dominic Carter, every day during the week here at midnight. He's at midnight, right? He's on 12 on midnight. And that he was at New York 1 at the time. And we kind of stepped on the good part of that cut because the third candidate was also a familiar voice. But let's see. All right, let's see if you can. If you've gotten some clue. The first person is Fernando Ferrer. Let's see how good you are at New York municipal politics as we go to another one of these lightning round questions.
For Mr. Miller, and here's a tricky one here. Do you like the Yankees more than the Mets?
Yes. Yes.
Mr. Weiner?
No way.
No.
Only in the American League.
Yes or no?
You beat it out of me, yes.
Okay, I mean, that was just an excuse for me to build up my baseball bona fides. That was me. So there's the four of us. We were running for mayor of the city of New York. Freddie Ferrer was the first voice you heard. A guy named Gifford Miller, the Speaker of the City Council. I was a member of Congress. I had been in for a few terms and was running for mayor, and that was Virginia Fields. She was the Manhattan Borough president. And the reason I'm playing these is because you kind of get a sense that authenticity is kind of an important thing. The question, Giuliani, was Bloomberg better than Giuliani? Everyone said yes except me. I said no, Giuliani was better. I say that just because I know that Rudy Giuliani. By the way, that occurs to me. That's a third WABC character that comes up in this. And I think we have one final clip, which this one was a little bit unexpected. Let's see how this one goes.
Fellow President Fields, if you had the power, would you grant amnesty for undocumented immigrants?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Not all.
Yeah,
That's a no?
Sure, if that's the only choice I have.
So that wasn't the one I thought it was, but that was a good one, too. That was a good one, too. Yeah, there's one more we have. That was a good one, too. That was me, even at the time, saying that Democrats are crazy if they think you should have amnesty. I had an argument with someone. I told them I'm going to play this. They said, don't play that. It's going to make you look bad. I'm like, why? She says, well, what about all those, it's going to seem like you're anti-immigrant. I said, nobody, and I mean nobody, believes you should grant amnesty to everybody. But this is the final one of these that I want to play in this stroll down memory lane, because it's going to introduce the reason I wanted to raise this subject. Here, we have one more. Go ahead and play that one, Diego.
Can you imagine in the future, we know in the past you've done this, getting arrested as an act of civil disobedience?
Yes. Yes. I'm going to run the police department. No.
So that was okay. So that was me saying I'm not getting arrested if I'm the mayor. The police commissioner is going to work for me. So that brings me to why I'm telling you about this. In addition to giving Dominic Carter a lot of credit, because he says he didn't invent it, he borrowed it from someone else. But I went back to the history books, and that seems. And you can tell by the way it was introduced, it hadn't been done before.
Well, thank you for the credit, Anthony Weiner. He went on to say he had a kidney stone and was actually high during the actual debate on morphine given to him by the doctors at that 2005 Democratic primary debate for New York City mayor. That's it for this episode. Again, I'm here in Wichita, Kansas, where I was the keynote speaker for a child advocacy center. I want to thank you folks for joining us. If you are interested in my book on my life growing up in New York City and overcoming numerous obstacles where I'm still standing, the book is titled No Mama's Boy, and it will be personally signed for you by me. Or if you're interested in my bobblehead doll, you can go to my website, DominicCarterOnline.com, all one word, DominicCarterOnline.com. You can catch me on 77 WABC, weeknights, midnight to 1 a.m. Go check out the Dominic Carter merchandise at the 77 WABC store. From Dominic Carter t-shirts to hats and much more. Go to WABCRadiostore.com. Dominic Carter, Red Apple Podcast, 77 WABC.
I gotta make it. Dominic Carter Socials on Twitter at Dominic TV and Facebook and Instagram. Dominic Carter TV. Email at dominic.carter@wabcradio.com. Until the next episode, be well. And as Dominic always says, stay positive. The glass is always half full, never half empty. Dominic Carter City Hall.